Subhaini and hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so to keep me motivated to share more informative videos like this in the future because guys, I'm a bit lazy. Look, dollar, hi! Anyway, today we are going to talk about birth control. Okay, so this is a taboo in many places in the world, but I hope that you guys can take everything in a positive way and try to think outside of the box. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, so there's a variety of birth control methods to choose from these days. The pill is the most popular among women, although latex condoms are most accessible for the general public. For the most part, nearly all birth control methods are hormonal products targeted towards women. However, for the most part in the world, birth control remains inaccessible, still a taboo for a lot of women. And how sad it is to see a lot of unprepared young mothers and how some culture around the world banishing these young ladies because of something that can be easily prevented if we have proper sex education, awareness, and even a simple conversation between the parents and the teenagers regarding this topic. But sadly, that's not the case. Sadly, a lot of people are just as ignorant, even though they know this is the right thing to do. And because of why? Because it's a taboo. And because we can't talk about that. So despite every bad reason that I disagree with against birth control, I can say that I am all out for the access for birth control, no matter where you are, no matter what nationality or religion. I believe that birth control is a right for every woman in the world, in this planet. So I've always asked myself whether the lack of interest in rearing children was an issue based on my sex, my generation, or my cultural upbringing. But I always had a feeling that as a woman, I'm pressured to bear a child, to care for the child, and basically do everything for the child, though we know that it takes two to tango. Women also have their own lives. We are not living in 1950s here where women didn't get to further their studies or they couldn't have a career just because they're a woman. So women have been told all our lives, no matter how much you study, you would always end up in a kitchen. And for me, how shallow is that? There's a stigma toward those who choose not to procreate. But nobody is really talking about the truth here, where there's really no reason for humans to procreate, at least for now. Hence, why the heck is birth control still a stigma? I remember somebody told me that her husband was barking mad at her because she chose to take birth control, and in his opinion, she is rejecting the gifts from God. And mind you, they have 3 children that are 1 year apart from each other, all with complications and all through C-sections. Everybody, listen, birth control shouldn't be ostracized or stigmatized in our culture. It needs to be seen for what it is. It's just merely a medical tool, like a pair of glasses or simple painkiller, used to get the average person to go where they want in life. All right, let me tell you a story about Halima from Kiamaiko in Nairobi that had gotten away with using contraceptives for years before her husband discovered it. So when he did, he left never to return. Can you imagine? So to begin with, when she delivered her first child in 2009, this woman then was only 23 years old, developed complications, and was advised by doctors to allow herself at least a year recovery period. But as in tradition in her pastoral community, she was expected to give birth every year. Every year. You listen? It's crazy. Every year? What? The young mother began taking contraceptive pills secretly, and for 2 years, she did not give birth. Smart. But then, the woman and her husband got into endless arguments. She got tired of that, and she decided to get pregnant just because, for the sake of peace and harmony in the house. So Halima had her second born in 2012 and third born in 2014. So each birth brought its share of complications. Yeah, of course, because every year, for God's sake. And then trouble started when she decided to go back to taking contraceptives. But at this time around, she chose injectable contraceptives, which took her body some time to adjust to, which is normal. And she bled for the whole month. And that is when her husband found out that she's been taking contraceptive, which is against their culture and religion. Okay, again, I'm not trying to degrade anybody's culture, anybody's religion, anybody's belief, but, So Halima said her husband became very hostile and threatened to abandon her and her children if she didn't stop. But at the end of the day, he just left and never returned. And now his family accused her for sending him away. Ah! Really, guys? When I read all this article, I was like, yes, yeah, why? Speechless. Mama Rama Wako, a women's rights defender in Kiamaiko in Nairobi, said Halima's case is one of the many community volunteers handle every so often. That means a lot of cases like this there. Can you imagine? So Mama Rama Wako said, quote, "It is a common practice among pastoralist communities who believe that the key role of a woman is to give her husband a name through many children." End of quote, said Mama Rama. So according to a study by African Population and Health Research Center, lack of access to birth control is one of the many reasons why a lot of women do not control the number of children they have. I mean, they wanted to, but they couldn't. Right? Others are high cost of transport to health facility, long wait at facilities, discovery by partner, and partner opposition to contraceptives. So yeah, guys, that's a lot of things that need to be digested from today's topic. And every time I talk about this, I get very irritated and so upset. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, and yeah. You guys are awesome. Wash your hands regularly, wear a mask in public, and be safe. Bye-bye. See you.